begins and where it ends. My name is Reese.
Hello, welcome YouTubers and Doctor Who fanatics once again to another video. Today I'll be taking a look at the release which celebrates the 15th anniversary of Big Finish, which is known as the Worlds of Doctor Who. And yeah, you know that I have done an unboxing of this because it deserved it, because since it's the 15th anniversary and I was really looking forward to this release. And the reason why I actually got the Worlds of Doctor Who, because it really just shows what Big Finish have done in their 15 years. They've created brilliant spin-offs and I really wanted to check them out because I have not checked out the spin-off series of what Big Finish have produced, like Jacob and Lightfoot, Countermeasures, Unit Vault and the Gallifrey series, and I think this is a good time to actually do it since all these brilliant spin-off series, which I've been told, are all in one package. So yeah, it makes sense why I got this lovely set, and of course that is limited and this celebrates the anniversary of Big Finish. So yeah, I'm going to really showcase the Worlds of Doctor Who once again. So if you want to skip straight to the review of it, because some people have already seen my unboxing of it, then go right ahead, it will be in the description down below. So let's have a look at the gorgeous artwork right here. We have Big Finish logo by there, we have the four full cast audio dramas, and they all interlink together. They still feel like separate stories, but they do link in their ways. We have the definitive Big Finish Doctor, the Sixth Doctor, as people say he is. We have Lalla Ward as Romana 2, we have Louise Jameson as Leela, we have Jacob and Lightfoot, we have Mr. Reese, the very sinister Mr. Reese, and the music box, which plays a very significant role in Mr. Reese's character, and the background looks gorgeous. It reminds me of 80s Doctor Who with the red and the blue. It really does feel like an 80s style background. So we have the Worlds of Doctor Who 50th anniversary logo. So we move it forward. It features Mind Games, the Racina Process, the Screaming Skull, and Second Sight. So we have the spine, we have the TARDIS by here, the Worlds of Doctor Who, Big Finish. And I won't read any of this, I'll read it in the booklet. Anyway, here I'll read the main blurb. One epic story told across the decades as Jago and Lightfoot, the Countermeasures team, Unit Vault, Gallifrey, and the Sixth Doctor stand up to the might of Mr. Reese. So, yeah, these are all the stories written by who've written the stories. There's my limited edition number, 1,205 out of 10,000, so yeah, 10,000 of these were copied. And it's 300 minutes approx. And yeah, that's all of the showcase of that. There's a nice sleeve thing by that. It's lovely until we get to the real thing, which is like a booklet sort of thing. Which I really do like these sort of booklets. They've only done 2 of these so far. This one you're looking at, and what's it called again? Oh yeah, the Light to the End limited edition. So I'm just going to show you inside quickly, because since I've already showed you inside, we have a Mind Games at disc 1, and some people do find a big problem with these, taking them out, but they're actually quite simple. If you lay the book like this, and then you could just take them out by that, it's much more easier. You just put that like a book holding out, you can pull them out really easily. That's my little method of doing it, but yeah, there's disc 1 and disc 2. More page 3, which is nothing, more page 3, which is nothing special, it's just showing the other stories included in the set. We have some gorgeous artwork by here with Mr. Reese, the music box, the Screaming Skull, and Earth in the background by there, space, very 80s feel again. Producer's notes from David Richardson. These pages coming up just show where the performers of the story look inside their character really, and to explain them, like Jacob and Lightfoot was created by Robert Holmes and Talons of Wayne Cheyenne. They just explain their character, such as Jacob and Lightfoot, the Countermeasures team. Unit Gallifrey with the return of Richard Franklin, which is pretty cool, and being the Sixth Doctor as well. So we have the behind the scenes with Trevor Baxter and Christopher Benjamin. We have the Countermeasures team, the Unit, not Unit Vault, Gallifrey series, Lalla Ward, Colin Baker, and Louise Jameson. They're absolutely brilliant, they are. And then Who's Who, where they go through all the characters. I won't read this because this video will be like an hour long if I read all this, but yeah, they do some really good character written by here with all the characters featured in the story. It's like the book Who's Who, where they just go through everything, and this is basically going through everything in the world of Doctor Who, basically. So yeah, now we have the Symbolics, and then we have Jamie Glover, even looking sinister on that picture. And then here are all the blurbs. Right, I'll just read them all. So Mind Games, which is written by Justin Richards. In Victorian England, Henry Gordon Jago and Professor Lightfoot investigate worrying events on the streets of London, which seem to be linked to the theatre acted by Mr. Rees. Now the Racina Process, written by Justin Richards again. He actually written a lot of this part of this storyline. London, 1964. The repercussions of Jago and Lightfoot's adventure are dealt by Sir Toby Kinsella and his crack team of specialists at countermeasures. What is the Racina Process, and who's behind it? The Scream and Skull by Jonathan Morris. Disgraced soldiers Ruth Matheson and Charlie Sato are called back into action by Captain Mike Yates. When the unit vault is mysteriously locked down by a deadly force, together they must infiltrate the vault and get those trapped out alive. But what enemy are they facing? And Second Sight, written by Nick Wallace and Justin Richards. So the blurb: the action of Mr. Rees has alerted the Time Lords of Gallifrey, and Romana has assigned her best warrior. Independently, the Sixth Doctor has arrived on Earth. A power from the dawn of the universe is about to be unleashed once more. And there's Unit Vault. Unit Vault, that is, and they too appeared in the TV movie with Paul McGann. The cast, some fantastic concept art. It's just like a montage of the worlds of Doctor Who. Production credits: Disc 3, which is Screaming Skull. Disc 4, which is Second Sight. And then the behind the scenes. You've got to always have a behind the scenes. It's like an hour long thing. And then that's it. And just a quick note that this does not come with a standard edition, because, well, why would they do a standard edition anyway, to be honest? There'll be no point really, because it's all 4 stories anyway. The only thing you'll really include an extra with a limited edition like this is just a different layout, perhaps the behind the scenes, so there's no point doing a standard edition. I know people have been begging for it. It would never happen, trust me, but I'm happy that they actually didn't do a special edition, standard edition, because it just makes this one feel more special, it does. Now we go to the review of this brilliant set, The Worlds of Doctor Who. Yeah, we're gonna go through them in order, obviously. So starting with Mind Games, featuring Jago and Lightfoot, and yeah, I went completely head up high with The Worlds of Doctor Who. I did not know what I was expecting from this release. I've never listened to any sort of spin-offs produced by Big Finish, so I couldn't say, oh, this is going to be awesome. I was thinking, well, just put my head up high and see if it's any good. So Mind Games, yeah, this is the one which I was most looking forward to, because it featured Jago and Lightfoot, and people are saying that these two are absolutely fantastic together, and still, even though they're old, and they still do an absolute fantastic performance, which people say, and their spin-off series, Jago and Lightfoot, says it's one of the best things to be ever done in Big Finish's 15th year history, really. Yeah, Mind Games is an absolutely fantastic story in my opinion. For the basic plot about this one, without really spoiling anything, that this is but some of the characters in the story have vivid nightmares or dreams where they can see future murders or something like that, and something is obviously doing power over this, which is obviously Mr. Rees. And I won't go any more further than that, like how he does it or anything like that. What's his power? How's he getting it? Where he's getting it? That's all for you to find out. But Mr. Rees, we'll start with Mr. Rees first. He is so sinister in this adventure. All of them really, but he is absolutely fantastic, Mr. Rees. And I knew at the start, when I even looked at him on this cover, I thought he would be an absolute fantastic villain, and he is a fantastic villain. It's a unique prop about Mr. Rees is this the music box, and even though it doesn't sound threatening at all when he plays it, but somehow when you listen to this music box, when you put like your headphones on, it sounds really creepy, and it gives you chills. It does really. It really gave me chills when that music box played. It was so creepy, especially when Mr. Reese was talking, and he just sounds so sinister. He's absolutely brilliant in this. Absolutely brilliant. Jago and Lightfoot. First time I've listened to these two characters. Of course, I have watched Times of Wayne Cheyenne, and they're fantastic. But this is the first audio which I have listened to these two. They are absolutely fantastic and so engaging. They have really good comedy to it. They really do make you want to listen to it. As well, even though they do bring comedy, they really do bring a fantastic acting, and they just work so fantastically, and they definitely work fantastically together. Absolutely brilliant. All I can say is fantastic with these two characters, because they are really good, and I thought they would be as good as I was thinking, because Jago and Lightfoot, they are brilliant. That's all I can really say about them. Yeah, I love the scene where Jago and Lightfoot confront Mr. Reese. I absolutely love that. Them working into a team together to take down Mr. Reese's power, and it's beyond fantastic. I love mind games. I won't go too much in the story. I have said a little basic thing what happens, but I won't go too far. It's brilliant. All the characters' top performances, the main cast are on top performance, the soundscapes on top performance, well, top notch, and overall fantastically written. Mind Games gets a 10 out of 10, making the start of the release absolute perfection. Yeah, Mind Games is perfection. There's nothing wrong with it in my opinion, and it's really enjoyable. Definitely a fantastic story. The Racina process now features the Countermeasures team. The Countermeasures team. Now, when I was listening to this one, I wasn't sure again. Well, I knew Jacob and Life, I knew I'd like him, but Countermeasures team I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about these guys really. Probably in Remembrance of the Daleks is the only thing I really know about these characters really, and I thought they were good in Remembrance of the Daleks, but I didn't find them that engaging when I watched the TV story Jago and Lightfoot. Times of Wayne Cheyenne, sorry. But anyway, the Racina process is a really good story and still brings a mysterious feel to it. But what is the Racina process and who is behind this? And again, Mr. Reese also ties in the story very well. Yet again, and still does a brilliant performance. Anyway, but now the story is actually really well written from Justin Richards, but there was something that was bringing me down with the Racina process. It was because, now I think this might be just opinions and preference really on characters for me, but I found Countermeasures a team very hard to engage to listen to, because I'd never listened to the Countermeasures ever before, but I had some trouble actually listening to them and staying on them, and that really loosens me from the plot. But I knew it was a good story, but the characters drove me away from this story, unfortunately. And I know a lot of people like the Countermeasures team. They also have a fantastic spin-off, as I've been told, but unfortunately these characters did not really spark to me. I won't say anything about the storyline, but yeah, you'll find out what the Racina process is or who's behind it. Well, that's for you to find out, but for some reason the Countermeasures did not really spark to me, unfortunately. Maybe I'll get some more, maybe I'll get the Assassination Games, maybe I'll give that one a listen, maybe it might change my opinions, but unfortunately these characters were a no-go for me. I hope that'll change in the future, because I want to like them. Anyway, number 3, Scream and Skull, the third story in the set, featuring the Unit Vault team. And I was surprised about how good this one actually. It was really good, and I was quite worried about this one because I have not listened to the 2 previous stories, which is Tales from the Vault and Mastermind from the Companion Chronicles range, and there was I have heard about a massive cliffhanger in Mastermind. It was going to get resolved in this story, so I was thinking, should I get those 2 Companion Chronicles before I listen to this? I don't know. I'm not sure about this story, but I listened to it anyway, and it was still really good. And yeah, Captain Mike Yates, Richard Franklin makes an appearance in this story. I'm not sure if he is in Mastermind and Tales from the Vault. I really don't know, because I haven't listened to them. I think he might be. I don't know really, but he still did a fantastic performance. He's done a lot of Companion Chronicles in his time, and he made an appearance in the Worlds of Doctor Who, and he did very good. The other 2 actors, well, if I turn it around, it's these two by here. Again, I went head up high with these 2 characters. I didn't know what I would expect from them, but still they were really engaging and very enjoyable. Yeah, overall, Screaming Skull is an absolutely fantastic story. Again, it brings a very mysterious feel when they're locked down by some sort of deadly force. I swear the Master is in Mastermind. I think he was. Well, I won't spoil what happens in Screaming Skull, but I think he was in Mastermind. It makes sense that the story is called Mastermind. But anyway, yeah, Screaming Skull was a 9 out of 10. It was so good. Jonathan Morris did a fantastic job. Won't spoil anything. Again, all these stories do bring a very a mysterious feel to them, especially with Mr. Reese as well. Brings a very mysterious feel. Really like that one. And then we have Second Sight, which is written by Nick Wallace and Justin Richards. Now this one, when I've been looking at some reviews on The Worlds of Doctor Who, not on YouTube because I don't think there's hardly any on YouTube. I think there's about 2 I've seen, but I've looked on reviews on website for The Worlds of Doctor Who, and a lot of people say that Second Sight is the worst from the set, and I sort of disagree on that. I thought it was really enjoyable. I can tell that the story is a little weaker written than the other ones. Yeah, that's including all of them, Mind Games, Racina Process, and Screaming Skull. But still, this one featured actually the Doctor in this, because all the other stories did not feature the Doctor in it. And some people can't listen to a Doctor Who audio without the Doctor in it. That's why some people have been avoiding the spin-offs, because they don't feature the Doctor. And what's Doctor Who without the Doctor, really? Because some people can't really listen to something which the Doctor isn't, but it's called Doctor Who, and I can see why. But anyway, Second Sight, the Sixth Doctor, does an absolutely fantastic performance yet again. He always does a brilliant performance. Louise Jameson and Lana Wardwell feature in this audio and also do really well. I like their chemistry with the Sixth Doctor, I do, because you don't really see that, really, because you would never see that in a TV appearance. But you can do anything on audio, really. You can do absolutely anything, and it works, and it does work. Absolutely fantastic chemistry, and then wraps up the Mr. Reese thing, and won't say what happens, but it says a power of the dawn of the universe is about to be released once more. I would give this one an 8 out of 10. I thought it was very good, but it's not perfection. I can see the story's a little weaker, but everything else is top notch. So, rating all these ones in order, I think I forgot to rate the Racina Process, but yeah, I rated that one 7 out of 10. It was a very good story, but I found the characters very hard to listen to. Maybe that's just personal appearance. I really want to like the countermeasures, but I guess it's just people's opinions, really. Everyone has their ups and downs, really. Anyway, third place, Second Sight, the Gallifrey series. A lot of people say the Gallifrey series is one of the best that Big Finish has ever done, so I'm really intrigued to look into this series. Number 2, the Screaming Skull. Second Sight got an 8 out of 10. Screaming Skull got a 9 out of 10. Really good mysterious feels to it. Love it. I really love it. I'm surprised that I loved it that much, even though I haven't listened to the other 2. I think if I do listen to the other 2, I'll probably like the story even more to resolve that cliffhanger, or to backtrack. And then number 1, I knew it'd be number 1 anyway, Mind Games by Justin Richards. Absolutely fantastic, nothing wrong with it, 10 out of 10. So that wraps up my review of The Worlds of Doctor Who, and this video's gone, that's like a long zone, because, well, it depends if you like long videos or not, but the longer it is, the longer it takes to render, and more chance it might get corrupt. But hopefully this will get out of the corruption, and it will be uploaded. I hope so, anyway. So thank you very much for watching the review of The Worlds of Doctor Who. My next review will be a review of the early adventure, The Domain of the Void. Yes, I am reviewing the early adventures. I am. So yes, that will be Domain of the Void, which will hopefully be featured tomorrow. Hopefully. Maybe that might be corrupt, and I hope not. And another the word corrupt. Second, The Doctor's Tale. Third, The Bounty of Sirius. And fourth, An Original Life. So stay tuned for all of them, and then I'll obviously do an overview of the early adventures, just the same I did with Tom Baker Season 3. And of course there'll be loads of other videos coming up if you look at my About section to see what's coming up next. So, have a good one.